Zuen was Enlil's gatekeeper. He guarded the Durja, sacred chamber, where the 7 tablets, the Akasha or Akastic records, called Tablet of Destinies, the Scroll of All, were kept. These tablets told of the coming of the elders. Zuen snuck into the sacred chamber while Enlil was bathing and stole the first writings and all the destinies therein. Thus, he changed what was to happen. At that very moment the earth was void and dark, and the Anunnaki Elohim became confused. Zuen gave the tablets to Enki and together they conspired against his brother Enlil and the descendants of the Adamites, who were the Cainites and Enosites. Little did Enki know the evil conniving Zuen deceived him and cast the spell on his, Enki's, seed also. Ninurta, the son of Enlil, was the only Anunnaki brave enough to go against Zuen and take the tablets. When the Anunnaki had come together for a meeting to decide how they will get the tablets from Zuen, none of them wanted to fight against Zuen. So Enki decided to send Ninurta to do battle with Zuen. Ninurta took on the assignment and defeated Zuen on the mountain of Hihi where Zuen went off into hiding. Ninurta with the help of Sherur succeeded in his battle with Zuen and took the Tablet of Destinies back to where it belonged. This made all of the Anunnaki very happy, and Ninurta received the title Superb Ninurta. Ninurta then fell in rank with his father Enlil in the title 50. 12 of the Anunnaki have a rank. Anu is the highest of all the ranks, which is the number 60, then Enlil he is 50, and Enki he is 40, Nen 30, Shamash 20 and Adad was 10. The number 10 and its 6 multiples within the prime number 60 were thus assigned to male deities, and the numbers ending with 5 were assigned to the female deities, like Anta was 55, Mulul 2, Ninlil, 45, Ninki 35, Ningal 25, Ishtar 15 and 95. Murdoch the son of Enki and Damkina had no rank because he was not the son of a direct descendant. Whereas Ninurta was the son of Enlil and his half-sister Ninety, who also used the title Ninlil, Lady of the Heavens, at one time. When Murdoch defeated Tiamat in the battle, all of the Anunnaki had to bestow on him 50 names, and that signified that the rank 50 had become his also. The spell has brought about a lack of discipline, disorganization and chaos. Nubian people today have lost their self-discipline from the way they act, walk, talk, dress and eat. You are unable to bring yourself out of the state you are in because you always create excuses for being the way you are in the state you are in. For example, if you're a tramp you lack discipline, because you can't control your own desires. If you're an alcoholic, you lack discipline because you can't control your drinking, and if you are a glutton you lack discipline, because you can't control your eating. You always find excuses and blame someone else for your condition, instead of you making the change and disciplining yourselves. You can't stop your bad habits, without discipline. This is all a part of the hypnotic spell, to keep the Nubian suppressed and in a depressed state of mind. That's why I, Dr. Malachi Z. York am here. For my job is to break the spell of ignorance that has been on Nubians with right knowledge, right wisdom and right understanding, which leads to right thinking, Nu-Wapu the science of sound right reasoning. First you must begin with discipline. Self-control or discipline and the ability to organize is a necessity in Nu-Wapu. Every aspect of Nu-Wapu is order and discipline, from the physical to the spiritual. In order for you, children of the Elohim, to be accepted in the eyes of the Most High, you must constantly make an effort to control the I and ego and practice living a life of order and discipline. The ego is the self-arrogating aspect of the mind. It is the ego which separates the individual from unity with others and within him or herself, for the ego asserts I-ness. A firm foundation is the beginning of a true child of the Elohim. When you are stable emotionally and utilize sound right reasoning and are practical and honest yet critical and skeptical, it raises the character to rejoin its divine oversoul. It is easier to endure if one is in control of the intake, digestion and dissipation of information they're confronted with daily. The doctrine is not only for those who do not know the truth, it is also for those that are striving to be the best examples. This includes those within the tabernacle that are to be counted as well as those outside of the tabernacle who aspire to enter within and are seeking right knowledge, and will eventually adhere to the laws of the Most High and become a part of the family of the Holy Tabernacle Ministries. By the same token, once you are in the tabernacle, you should not make the mistake that most people make and think you have it made. Just because you are a part, then you lessen your aim to purify your soul. For you are the same inside as you are on the outside, and that's a fact. Living together as one people, as a nation, as a family, as a tribe, for, of and by each other, is what the Most High ordained. Facts are the foundation on which to build a strong community and nation, meaning everything is based on what the Most High says in the Holy Scriptures. El Suhuf, the pure pages, El Torah, the laws, El Hikmah, the wisdom, El Zubur, the Psalms, Kitabu Barnabah, books of Barnabas, El Injil, the Evangel, Revelation, and El Quran, the Quran. All embodied in our holy scrolls referred to as the Holy Tablets. A foundation based on any other books is based on cultures, traditions, legends and tales, in other words hadith. Responsibility is the main part in the tabernacle. It is the ability to respond to certain protocols, commands or obligations. The evil one has this society set up where everything is geared towards self-destruction, and the man, with all of his responsibilities, is the prime target. He is the breadwinner and the provider. As a child of the Elohim in the Western world, life is made to be hard and to work against you. This society makes a man work on Friday with the stipulation that if you don't work on Friday you will not be able to work at all. Every true child of the Elohim knows that Friday is the day of gathering. Everything in this society is structured to work against Nuwapu. It is the responsibility of the man to provide. The Most High created some of you, men, a notch above the others, women, meaning that men shall provide for the women. A true child of the Elohim should have their own language and should know how to speak their language. No matter what country they are in, it is the responsibility of both the mother and the father to know the language of the scriptures. Having to speak English, someone else's language, is crippling to the children. Speaking English to your children manufactures renegades. A renegade is one who rejects his religion, cause, allegiance, or group, for another group. All of the Sunni and Shiite Muslims in America who belong to different groups and sects and who do not speak the original language, are subjected to men's interpretations and translations and thus men's opinions, and they can be persuaded into wars, rivalry and sectism. Quran 3-105. It is the ego that separates the individual from unity with others, making the individual see himself, or themselves as better or different from others. Nature decrees that the higher species look after its brother's life and guard against enemies. This philosophy being an aider of Ansar Allah, and not to each his own, or false loyalty, we as children of the Elohim and the children of the Most High are responsible for the other animals of this most beautiful gift, the planet Tiamat, Earth. Beware of introverts, or those who seem as such. An introvert is a person whose thoughts and interests are directed inward. They can be hypocrites. Some will come out of themselves when it is convenient for them. They hide from society so that no one can ever point the finger at them, but when it comes to something or someone that they like, they open up and let loose. Some open up when it is time to eat, they become a different person. Introverts do not want to face life. The Most High placed you on this planet to live and die, and you have a span of time to make yourself known. The Most High does not intend for you to be alone, sitting off in a corner somewhere with idle minds. An idle mind is the evil one's playground, Proverbs 19:15. Communicating with others daily keeps your mind free from idleness. Communicate with others positively. It's the lack of communication that causes all problems. Do not assume what you think someone might say and relay it to others, and don't expect someone to know what you are thinking. If you want or need something, ask for it in a courteous manner. Also, if you have a problem, it is best to discuss it with the person or persons and solve it at the time it happens. Within the Holy Tabernacle, communicating in our own language is necessary. It is your responsibility as children of the Elohim to spread right knowledge, facts beyond any doubt, throughout the world, and also to become worthy once again, in the eyes of the Most High. In the Holy Tabernacle Ministries, there are leaders and teachers who help teach and spread Nuwapu to those who seek the facts. A leader is a person who directs or guides a group of people. He is a person whose leadership, example, pattern or model should be followed. However, in this day and time you have very poor examples of leadership, from your political, to your religious, to your social leaders. Don't be fooled by these so-called leaders like the Moorish Americans, Nation of Islam, 5%ers, Bilalians, Sunni Shiite, etc., who still have their congregation running around playing Muslim with the state the Islamic world is in. They need to be for real and realize the dangers that their ignorance can get their followers in. This is also their ego at work. A leader knows when his followers are in danger and has the ability to guide them to safety. A person in whom all the qualities essential for good leadership should be evident in his/her actions, as well as their conduct, being able to lead the way through various situations and can be trusted with your life both physically and mentally. And as a leader, he or she has the authority to make decisions backed up by the power to enforce them. Isaiah 55:4, Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and a commander to the people. Right translation in Aramaic, Hebrew, by Dr. Malachi Z. York. The above quote confirms the fact that a leader should be an example for all to follow and who follows the best of examples. In order to maintain a structured environment for the sake of your children, it is imperative that you obey and adhere to the commands of the leader, who should be following the laws of Nuwapu. A leader can appoint an assistant, whose job it is to carry out the other responsibilities of the leader and to enforce the laws that are created by the leader. In Nuwapu we have what are known as divine laws, which are permissible and prohibited. These laws are usually established by one whose words carry weight and has much respect. The assistant upholds the rules of the tabernacle that are made by the leader, in accordance with the Holy Scriptures and the land in which the people live, Quran 4:59. There may be times when the leader gives a command that may cause ill feelings amongst the congregation, but you should remember that he would never tell you something that will not benefit the tabernacle as a whole. Trust is something that you must learn to have in your leader. Your leader is obligated to guide you to the right path, and it is your obligation to keep yourself on the path of righteousness. We accept as fact the eternal laws of nature as revealed through science, past events, logic, and common sense revealed as right knowledge, wisdom and understanding. We accept as fact the highest laws of nature as the cooperation and harmony of all living things. We accept as fact our way of life as a means to the best end. We accept as fact that loyalty is the greatest of all honors and treason is the worst of all crimes. We accept as fact that what is good for the Holy Tabernacle is the highest virtue and what is bad for the Holy Tabernacle is the ultimate evil. We accept as fact that the Holy Tabernacle is the finest and noblest organization for all humanity created by circumstances. We accept as fact that creativity, love, and cooperation are the essences of success. We accept as fact that truth and facts are always and has always been the originator and creator of all success. We accept as fact that all worthwhile cultures and civilizations came about from the ancient Sumerians and the Elohims from the heavens, without which there would be none. We accept as fact that for the Holy Tabernacle to survive, expand and advance we need first of all, a revolution of values and thoughts which must start within each person by being truthful with themselves and about themselves. Therefore, we completely and categorically reject all myths, fictions, religions and lies that have not been proven. That would include your heavens, your hells, your fire and brimstones, your horn and pitchfork devils, your winged angels and your old man God character sitting on a throne up there somewhere. We deal strictly with facts. If you can't prove it, we don't want to hear it. That doesn't mean we won't listen to you. Just don't expect us to accept your beliefs by virtue of a title such as reverend, pastor, deacon, imam, sheikh, rabbi, minister, theologian, etc. That is your sensationalism and we deal with just the facts. We accept as fact that the only true revolution is a war of good against evil, right against wrong, fairness against unfairness, loyalty against disloyalty, sincerity against insincerity, honesty against dishonesty, and this war is fought within each person amongst the agreeable and disagreeable Elohims that make up your willpower. We accept as fact that the unity of our community and its success will only happen with cooperation with all involved. We accept as fact the total unification of all humanity on the basis of truth, that is, accepting people and races for who and what they are, and respecting their culture, their languages and their beliefs. We accept as fact that the human race, its biological and cultural heritage is now under attack by our own morals, our self-righteousness, our desire to control industry, and these things attack the very existence of humanity. We accept as fact that males as well as females are equal in all things and should be dealt with as partners in all matters. We accept as fact that no one race of people is better than the other. In fact, no one wins the race in racism. We accept as fact that communication between different people is the cure to the ignorance that breeds the disease hate. We accept as fact that a good and well-rounded education could prevent most of the ignorance that plagues the world. We accept as fact that the all is just that, the all. You can't take from the all, you can't add to the all. We are all within the all as one. That is our concept of what you call a deity.